What up, everybody? How are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are doing a fantastic. Today is day number 35 of the free-to-play account, and we're going to start today off with the video being in normal speed here today, just because I'm going to go ahead and showcase a few little things here, mostly just that I am truly free-to-play. I'm sitting at 2.27 million. We gained quite a bit of power today. I'm not going to lie, guys. Today was a very, very solid day. For progression and everything. We got super lucky in the dungeon, which you guys will see. As you see here, I'm just going to start going through my daily stuff. I believe we should max out essence today. Yeah, we max out essence today, 72. And then we start working on sand. So we have only 2 more cart items there to finish off to have everything maxed. And I think we should be able to max it by the end of the season, which will be fantastic. We still have a good bit of time left, so I'm not too concerned there, or even then we should at least get essence maxed or sand maxed out, and then all we'll have left is just the pet treats. So yeah, I hit 114 today, just going through the motions here, claiming everything, doing our dismantling of everything, since we spend almost almost 24 hours basically from day to day here as we go through things, because I don't get on this account until when I get home. But as you'll see here in a moment, I'm just knocking out some of these little exclamation points real quick. Also looking through here to see if we have anything worth snagging. So things like books or recipes or, stuff like that. That's what we're going to be looking for. We do have a notice in the system here. There's an update coming out in sometime next week, I believe. They're going to be reducing the cost of items in the guild shop, which is going to be fantastic. So make sure you're saving your coins for that, because that's going to be huge. Knocking out these stuff for the pass, nothing too crazy. I do believe it should be showing up here soon that I can show you guys that I am truly free to play here. I haven't spent a single dollar. Even spending $1, it'll show up in your aluminium tree. I goofed up and was in the wrong tree or clicked on the wrong thing, because it threw me in Stellaris right away. But as you see here, we're 0 of 500 there, which is basically like $5. And then it goes all the way up to like 100. And then it goes up to 1,000, stuff like that. So once we get to the dungeon portion, I do get something fantastic. We get a gear drop, and that gear drop's worth like 490k power, which is super, super huge and super lucky today. So I'm going to fast forward the video from here. Okay, so with the video here getting sped up here, we're just going to knock out the rest of the things here. Knocking out my arena stuff. I need to just not worry about trying to progress my ranking or anything in the arena, because it's hurting me in the long run, because I only get 50 coins compared to 100 coins for a win. So at the point where I need to just do that. Leveling up all of our gear, got a bunch of levels on everything. We are sitting in the mid-60 range on our Astral Pact. We're going to shoot for 88, but ideally I'd like to get 104. I won't be probably making 128, so 104 I think would be a good spot for me to stop at and kind of prepare myself for Season 2, so I can make a better progress in Season 2 with the account here. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm thinking. I think I probably maybe have a week and a half left of the season, probably. It's a little over a month, I think, for the first season. I can't remember exactly, but at the end of this dungeon here, you'll see that I actually drop a gear piece, and we showcase it for a brief moment. So once we get to that point, I'll go ahead and put the video back in normal speed here. And then, yeah, you guys can take a look at that piece there. We actually got a chest plate, which was super, super dope. All right, we will do it here in a moment. We should be getting close to the kill. There we go. All right, and as you guys can see here, 482k power, and we got a pretty good stat spread here for the item. So super, super happy about that. That's like very, very lucky for us. This account's been stupid lucky with things. We got a mythic drop, or not a mythic, a divine drop, and then we got full on gear piece drops and stuff. It's been insane. But overall, things have been going really, really, really well for this back half of the season. We got a lot of whaleback done today. We got, bunch of progress. Like getting that gear drop piece just saved us, probably 2-3 days worth of work. So that's why it's like super important when you guys are looking at like your astral pack, getting to those 2x dungeon rewards or the 3x, dungeon reward ratings and, gear ascension ratings. I mean, that stuff is like super important. So try to find a spot and see where you are, engage, because you'll get a week notice prior to the end of the season. There'll be a little pop-up saying, preview the season. And then you can buy, the season stuff. You can get a little pass there to give you a gear piece right away, which I bought on both the start of season 1 and the start of season 2 on my primary account. So, those are helpful and things like that. But yeah, guys, those milestones are the ones you want. You want to focus on either experience boost, dungeon reward drop rate, or dungeon gear ascension rate. So, or reward rate. What that one does is basically takes, let's say, a legendary and it has a chance to roll it higher than that. You can get a divine piece or a mythic piece or something like that. You know what I mean? It takes your blues and makes them legendaries and stuff like that. So it just makes the reward quality better overall for the dungeon. So as much as that you can get, much experience you can get, because the more experience you get, the higher level you get, the faster you get to that point, allows you to meet the requirements a lot easier for dungeon unlocks, and then you're staying right up there with the whales and stuff as far as level is concerned. You may not be the same power because they're going to have skills and pets and relics and everything else above you, but you are able to stay at least somewhat relevant within the top 100 probably, if you can keep yourself leveled up with the main guys, as well as meeting requirements for dungeons as they open up. That's going to be like the huge thing, and being able to get to higher levels faster is going to help with that, because you're going to get a good power boost every time you level up. And then that also allows you to level your gear up faster and stuff like that, which is why, in my opinion, I think focusing your cart and getting that one maxed out as soon as possible is ideal, because that's going to generate you more passive resources as soon as you can. The reason why I think it's so important is the more resources you're generating, the faster you're going to be able to progress. So why not focus that to begin with early season, so the late season when things are a lot easier and you're farming stuff, you'll have that opportunity there instead of doing it at the end, because you should max out your card every season, in my opinion. Like, if you could do that, you're going to get so much more resources overall, and you'll have a bigger startup over other people who don't really focus their card. Excuse me. So I feel like they're hurting themselves overall. That's just kind of my take, and so far it's been working out pretty well for me. With the free-to-play account, I am hurting myself a little bit when it comes to the Saturday stuff, because I'm missing out on the relic that gives you a boost to your ore. Like, it's a big boost. So I need to get around and getting on Saturday and making sure I'm getting that complete, so that way I can acquire that relic and move forward. There's also one for essence out of the crucible, so making sure you're placed high enough there to get the shards for it, and then being able to unlock that relic will be very, very nice for you guys as well. They have one for wood, stone, or gold. They have one for each of the resources pretty much. So yeah, guys, just be mindful of those things. And, these are my opinions and stuff. This is how I feel. Could help your account. I really think the card is more important than some people maybe let on, because it's all about resource generation, right? How much resources can you acquire over the next guy? And the more the resources you can acquire, the better. Yeah, Material Realms requires Donium, but let's say you can't make Donium very easily, or at least not yet. Because you're free to play and you're not being able to hit hard mode right when it drops, or so on and so forth. It's just a little bit harder. So focusing your cart will help you kind of bridge that gap a little bit to those who aren't focusing the cart as much. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I hope you guys get to see that, yes, I truly am free to play, and the gear spike when you get to these stages is pretty crazy, and it's going to get even crazier in Season 2, so be ready for that, because there's the final dungeon requires, I think, like 20 million for hard mode, so yeah, have fun with that, guys. But anyways, peace out and much love, and I'll see you in the next one.